your boy Boom, coming at you all the brand new Supreme drop list video, man. It's Toy Machine week. We got some spicy lookbook items releasing too. It's gonna be another fun drop. We're gonna have a fun time in the live cop, so I hope you guys stick around for that. Drop a like, you do enjoy these drop list videos. We're gonna cover everything releasing, the retails, what I think worth going for, and some of my personal favorite items. Feel free to let me know in the comments what you guys are gonna be picking up from this drop. I still don't fully know what my cart's gonna be. I'm gonna need your guys' help figuring it out together today, so let's get into this one. As always, I gotta remind you guys, if you want to join my private cook group browser where you can get assistance with every single release, we have Palace Umbro coming up. I'm gonna be doing a huge write-up in there. A couple of you guys have been asking me what I think of that collab. It is fire, bro. They honestly killed it on that. Just head over to the top comment where I have a link for a free 7-day trial to join the group. And I think you guys are gonna be getting a Palace live cop out of me this week for that drop as well. So this is gonna be a fun one, man. Strap in. Let's get in this drop today. I hope you guys do enjoy it. Now, unfortunately, this video is coming out on Wednesday most likely. I wanted this to be done by Tuesday, but Supreme community is just taking a day off, I guess. They haven't updated these prices. Even though my boy Drop Supreme already came out with the retails, I'm probably gonna be giving it an extra day just so I can post you guys the photos of the items with the retail prices. It's a little easier to follow along, but I got the retails alongside me. The #1 upvoted item from this week is the Supreme JBL clip. Now, this is a really good retail week. We have some solid deals, but man, I was for some reason convinced my stupid ass self this could be $68, maybe even $58 if Supreme's dad hadn't gone to the grocery store when they were 12. Come on, bro. I'm 118. Like, this is a mini clip speaker.
I trusted you! You just left me to die!
Bro, like, that just broke my heart because I honestly thought I was going to be picking one of these up if it was under like $70. That is just too much for me to pay for a logo on a speaker, man. It probably is really good sound quality. My friend has a JBL. They're definitely nice, but I don't even think there's going to be resale at this point. Like, it's hard to make much money off that. Speakers have traditionally done pretty badly for Supreme, so that's not a great start. The logo is really cool on these, but I don't see much, man. 118, that's going to be 130 bucks after tax. No sir, like, there's just no way this is selling for 160, 170, which is what it need to even make you like 10 or 15 bucks. It breaks my heart, but it's probably gonna be a skip this week, even though I thought it was a great accessory. Fuck you, Supreme. Moving on, we got the Supreme Toy Machine skateboard. Now, this one is definitely gonna be a high commodity. They are coming in with a $68 price tag. They're taxing us, man. That's a ridiculous price because, like, the t-shirts are $44. Usually a collab t-shirt's around $48. So if for whatever reason they're like, hey, they can save some money on the tees, but the skate decks, shit, the skaters actually want to ride. Nah, we tax them over there. $68 for a deck, man. Now, I have heard they've actually gotten rid of the $4 shipping charge for decks this season, so that's gonna help this one out. Like, that was a ridiculous charge they used to have. I'm guessing that $4 is baked into the price though. $68 is so much for a deck. About $75 after fees. I do think it's gonna sell out pretty fast unless they make a huge stock of these. Obviously, they're expecting a lot of people to be going for this deck, so it could be a bigger deck size than we're used to, but I do think it is gonna sell out pretty fast. Just the classic American flag logo with the Toy Machine hit on top and a nice Supreme little touch to it. I think this will be going for around 100 bucks or so. It's probably gonna age pretty decently. Like, honestly, Supreme skate decks have been aging a lot better than they were like 2 years ago or so. I feel like it's because a lot of people kind of stopped buying them. Even some of the decks that would just sit on the website now have some profit to them. However, with a $75 price, that's a little steep, man. Like, you're gonna have to get sales of 100 plus just to make a little something. I think, like, right out the gate, if this flies off the site, it's gonna start at like 110 or so, maybe even 120. That'd be adventurous, but it's gonna come down in its price. But over the long term, in like 4-5 months, I wouldn't be shocked if there's like a $120 deck or so, maybe a little more, 130-ish. For a $75 price tag, if you can afford the hold, not a bad one, but 68 is pretty hefty. I'm a little bummed out by that, but I do think it is a decent hold item for a deck. Right away profit, unless you get a lucky sale first day, I don't really see too much. Moving on, the big mystery item of this drop is going to be the Supreme Toy Machine hoodie. Now, if you guys saw me talking about this full collaboration on Monday, I was saying this hoodie is one of my favorite items. Retail is coming in at $168. I was hoping $158, man. It is an embroidered logo. That's definitely a nice touch. It's going to be the brown or the black, in my opinion, for the best colorways on this. And hoodies are an item that you're not going to see much immediate profit on. It is definitely going to be a hold item again this week, but I think these have some sneaky sneaky potential. Like this, honestly, I'm 50-50 on it. 168 is a lot for a hoodie, don't get me wrong. These are gonna be like 187 after tax. You're gonna have to get a sales of like 250-ish to kind of make it a worthwhile cop. I do think it can get to that price. I just don't know how fast. Like if a ton of people are buying these just to flip them, it's gonna brick for a while. But I do see this as being a well-aging hoodie over time. You got a nice Supreme hit on it. But if you're someone just looking to make quick money, there's not a ton to be made here, man. Like honestly, this whole week, it's not a real quick flip week. Toy Machine, as popular as it is in the skate community, is obviously not super well received or known by other people, so that does hurt the market on this. I love this hoodie so much. I would say brown if you were to buy it to try to flip. Bigger sizes usually do better, but at 168, man, it's gonna definitely take a couple months to get up in its price. Let's move on to a little cheerier of an item. I feel like we've had a slow start here, but the Chosen One baseball jersey, man, this shit is chosen. We got the big old Corona logo on the backside spelling out the Chosen hit. Now, I wonder the reasoning they put so many patches all throughout this. My take on it, we've obviously seen in so many sports nowadays, we're starting to get a lot of sponsorship logos. Obviously, football kits have had them from like day one. Y'all sold out quick over there. And when the Sounders had that Xbox logo though, oh my god, those jerseys were goated. In baseball, basketball now, we're starting to get sponsorship hits on sleeves and stuff. I think Supreme's kind of mocking that by just going all out. You got so many logo hits all throughout this, and they're all embroidered, which I'm super stoked on. Like honestly, I feel like this is one of those jerseys that it looks kind of ugly when you're just looking at it on the website, but in hand, I can speak from experience. These jerseys just pop way more. You see all the embroidery, it makes it look so much better in hand. So even if you're not super stoked on this one on the site, I think it's going to be a really good cop. Obviously, we all know by now, man, the jerseys just bang from Supreme. I've been screaming it for the last couple years now, and yeah, I continue to buy these jerseys constantly. I never regret it. Like they're always good profit. 138, why are we even talking? You should be in the fucking queue right now, my guy. You could go all three colors on this, honestly. Like if there's nothing else you want to go for this week, getting 3 baseball jerseys, not a bad idea. It is a bit of a hold. Like I wouldn't recommend selling jerseys right away ever. I actually think you're kind of clowning if you do, because there's so much hold potential in them. The prices they will reach are outlandish. Now, the baseball jerseys don't always get as high as something like a football jersey will, a hockey jersey, but that doesn't mean it's not going to get up there. And at 138, there's just so much money to be made here, man. These are going to be going for 200 plus in just a couple months. My favorite's probably the black. The camo is fire though. Like my actual favorite's the camo, but for resale, black's just old traditional. But I would be getting the camo. I'd be getting the black. I'd even get the navy. Fuck it. Any size is going to do well. I avoid smalls just because it's slower sales, but honestly, even the mediums and larges, bang, just try to go for these jerseys, guys. If there's nothing else you want to go for this week, this might be the best jersey of this season. There's also that skeleton jersey. I do enjoy that one as well, but I'm super confident on these. I'm going to be copping them. I recommend y'all do too, and they're probably going to fly. I hate to say it, like, I'll never lead my people astray, but I wish I could lie to y'all and be like, hey, don't even buy this shit. Like, who the fuck wants all these patches on a jersey, right? I do, man. Honestly, the more I see it, it's kind of growing on me. So yeah, this is a really good cop this week. Hold on to it. You're going to get a sale over 200 plus. Probably what I'm going to be going for this week. Moving on, let's go back to Toy Machine. So we have the cat tee. This is definitely the best t-shirt of the bunch. $44, not a bad price. Like, I'm actually stoked it's not 48. Honestly, I would just go with the black colorway if you were to cop this. The white lettering with the Supreme hit pops way more on that black color. This is definitely my favorite t-shirt of the group. 44, maybe it's worth buying one of. We saw those Hardy's tees do really badly, and that was a better design than this in my opinion. So I'm not crazy thinking we're going to see a lot of resale on these t-shirts. They're probably skippable even, I would say. Maybe the black one, bigger size XL, double XL is a pretty worthwhile hold. 44, not a bad price. So maybe if you wanted to pick up one tee to get to free shipping, although those jerseys are going to give you like a first class ticket to free shipping. I don't even know if you're going to have to add this. Black, double XL, XL, not a bad one. You're gonna have to hold it. The 2-in-1 MA1 vest. I've seen some people that like this. I'm not much of an MA1 jacket guy. You'll never really see me wearing them. And the whole vest, like, utility to this, it doesn't do much for me, although I do think it's clever. Certainly not something I'm gonna hate on. I do think they've done way better MA1 items before. So this is pretty skippable. It's gonna be expensive.
Being the absolute genius that I am, I completely skipped over the zip-up hooded sweater, like the premier item from this collab now. It's $228. That's a little more expensive than these jackets usually are, but they're also usually pretty low stocked. So I'm really 50-50 with this one, similar to the hoodie. I do think this one's gonna hit prices up to $300 at some point. I just don't know how fast that'll be. I'm kind of worried a lot of people are gonna be buying these to resell them. And if there's low enough stock, that's not gonna be too big of an issue, but definitely just go for the black one here, and I'd go for bigger sizes. I do think there's better potential items this week that'll be a bit cheaper, so this one's just a little too risky for me to give a go ahead on. It also doesn't have enough branding. Just the Supreme hit on the hood is, I don't think, quite enough to get people super hyped to pay huge prices on this. Oh, and I also missed out on talking about both the other t-shirts. God, I'm fucking, what was I doing? Both these other tees are honestly going to be skippable. There's 4 colors of each, which is a lot of colorways, and I just don't think they're designs that people are going to be paying a lot of money for.
Salvation zip-up hooded sweatshirt. These might be kind of interesting. These got to be $150, $178, man. What are we doing, Supreme? Now, this does have like embroidery. It's got some chenille hit. Ooh, man, honestly, I haven't looked at these too closely. They're pretty cool, bro. I do love how each one of these has a whole different design scheme to it. Like that gray one with the holy name, fire. Kind of ironic you're dropping a hoodie called Salvation saying angels, holy name, the same week you got a bunch of demons on clothing, but who am I to judge, man? The black and the gray I think are the two best here. We don't know what it says on the back. I mean, that light blue's nice too. We don't know the back hits for each of them. This is a type of item you're gonna have to judge it for yourself if you're going for one on drop day on the site. I don't imagine these fly too quickly, although it's not gonna be as stocked as a normal hoodie because of all the intricacy we have going on. The fact each colorway is so unique with the design actually does help this out. This could be a decent aging sleeper item, man. $178 does fucking hurt a lot. That's almost a $200 retail. So you'd have to get a pretty nice sale on this to make it worth it, like a $250 plus, but I think it's doable, man. This one, it doesn't even feel like a Supreme hoodie. This feels like it's from some like nicer brand than that. I actually really like these, man. These have grown on me a lot just by looking at them right here. Black or the gray would be my picks, but man, you're gonna have to hold it for a bit and just pray it's a pretty low stock item. You might not have much competition on the market though, so this is a risky item, but there's some potential. I wouldn't be shocked if these end up going for $250 plus. Let's talk about the beanie as well. How much are these beanies? Now, they can't hoe us on the beanies, right? They did us dirty. Oh, 40 on the beanie. Boys, this is a good week, man. 40 on the beanies. Now, these, you're gonna want some of these, man. I'm really a big fan of them. We got the sick hits on the side, tons of Supreme branding, which is actually something you do want when it comes to beanies. I've seen a couple beanies with just obnoxious ass Supreme branding just do way better on the market than I expected. The colors are really solid here. The gray, the blue, the red always bangs on beanies. I don't know why, it just does. Black, usually reliable, but has a ton of competition on the market. Being 40, bro, I'm buying a lot of shit this week, I think. More than I thought I was. There's 5 of these things. You can get 5 of them. That's $200. Maybe one more item to get to free shipping. Get a couple of these beanies with those jerseys. That's a really good checkout this week for some hold items with really decent ceilings. I would think these will all go for 70 plus, especially because there's not many beanies this season. This is probably a top 3 beanie of the year. Now I know Baboon, the Space Dye beanie ain't doing shit, boss. If you go and look at that Space Dye beanie though, I think the big issue with it right now is everyone has bought it to quick sell, and quick selling beanies is not really existent with Supreme. They're probably one of the biggest hold items, similar to a cam cap. If you just take a look, there's probably like 8 people or so until it's at $70. People just keep undercutting each other. You just can't quick sell them. Like, people are trying to quick sell these beanies just because they saw the multi-knot one pop off. I've never seen a beanie go for that much money in one day. The same's gonna apply to these. Now, they probably won't break as much just because week 1's when all the resellers come out. This is way more of a sleeper beanie. I recommend getting some. I'm gonna get a light blue, a gray, a red. Maybe I might even get the whole set, to be honest. I really like these beanies. $40 too, man. That's actually such a good retail. Short sleeve pocket tee, don't care. Get them every season. It's a clean one though. They fit really nicely. We got the webbing belt. These are $38. I recommend buying some of these, man. Damn, Boone, you're gonna have to go crazy this week, bro. Like, this is actually gonna be a turnt live cop. Those Dickies belts that were in a very similar style to this, they were $28. These are $38. They're hoeing us a little bit. But those belts are actually going for like 70 plus. Some of them are even at 100. Now, that has taken like a year or two to get to that price, but they don't release cheap belts for Supreme ever, and the belts lately have been mid as fuck. So I'm super confident these are gonna be a really good hold item again. $38, that's nothing, man. That's easy. These are gonna be going for double retail in just a couple months, and they might even get up to the hundreds, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe the devil shit does hurt them a little bit because some of y'all are just gonna be bent about that, which is fine, you know, have your own opinion for sure. I still think there'll be a really popular market for these. Got good branding. The leopard and the black are both gonna be hits here. I'm gonna be buying both of these as well. So I'm buying a bunch of stuff this week if you can't fucking tell. Spending way more than I wanted. That's an item I recommend picking up. At least one of. At least the black. I think the leopard could even bang as well. It might even do better, man. It's my personal favorite item of the week. I need one. Moving on, we got the mesh back 5 panels. This is going to be a slow burner. Black color for sure. It reminds me a little bit of the Anti-Hero collaboration, and that actually ended up hitting like $100. I got one, flipped it for $100. I don't think this is a bad pickup at all. If you're able to hold on to it, it should be $48, right? This has to be $48. Yeah, it's $48. That's not even too bad for a trucker. Some of the truckers age really well with Supreme. This one has a really solid logo. It would do way better if it was a Toy Machine logo, but another good hold item in black here. Maybe if you take L's on other shit, trying to get to free shipping, not a bad item to add. So moving on, we have some more of the stuff that's not really going to do much from this collab. The Toy Machine Harrington jacket. I just think this American flag logo is not going to really do enough for people to want to spend the like $228, I think it is. Oh, actually the jackets are $188, so that's not too bad. For a Harrington from Supreme, that's solid. Although, I think it would have been way better of a jacket if they hit us with the Supreme Old English logo on the front, give us a big patch on the back of either this American flag logo, just like the vest, or hit us with just the classic logo on the back. That would have made this jacket so fire. Honestly, they gotta hire me, bro. What are we doing? It's so simple, Supreme, but this one's not bad either. But I just think it's a personal. Same goes for the pants. They're $138 though. That's a really good price for some Supreme work pants. I can tell you their work pants fit really nicely, and I like all 3 colors. Even the orange. Not really the orange. I'm just trying to hype up the one orange boy I know is out there, but this is a really good personal for some Supreme work pants with a nice Toy Machine hit on the back. Like honestly, if I needed a pair of black pants like this, I'd probably buy these. They fit really nicely. Warm-up pants, we get these every season. We got the vest all the way down here. I really think the downfall of this vest is it just doesn't have a Supreme hit where the Toy Machine is. I know you might laugh at that, but at the end of the day, that is the reason this vest is not going to be very hyped up. It just doesn't show off the Supreme side of the collab, which is what people want when they're spending $198 for a vest. I think it's a really cool item. I can't rock a leather vest. Y'all never want to see that. So that's not going to happen. That's the reason it's so far down here. Just not an item people are really going to spend the money on. And that's going to end us with this loose fit mini plaid short sleeve. I actually really like this blue colorway. Y'all can laugh it up all you want, but that blue is fire, bro. Like honestly, I have a super similar button up already, so I'm probably going to pass. This might be one of those items though. I try to put a little bid on StockX and pray someone's like, why'd I buy this shit? Just try to get rid of it to me. Because for whatever reason, I just love these like little plaid short sleeve button up. They're a pretty popular style right now. It kind of reminds me of Malcolm in the Middle a little bit. And that blue, I'm enchanted by it. I just have such a similar one. I gotta pass, but really cool item here. Really good personal, not gonna flip. So to end off the week, there's actually some sneaky money to be made. Those jerseys aren't too sneaky. Those are gonna be flying off the site. Probably the first item out of stock this week. Second, I think the belts are gonna be up there going pretty fast. The skate deck will probably be the quickest from the whole collab, but I think those belts are actually gonna fly as well. And the beanies are the final item I really recommend for you guys. Now there's not a lot of immediate profit. The best is definitely the jersey, but I really recommend holding, guys. It's so much more profitable if you hold. They're never making a jersey that looks like that again. The same can be said for every jersey they make, and they always go up a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna be going for the jerseys first. Second cart, probably go for the 2 belts and all the beanies. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Some really good cops here this week. You are gonna have some budget to hold, but that's a lot of these Supreme weeks nowadays, man. Let me know what you guys are gonna pick up. It's been your boy Boone. I've been recording way too long. I gotta get to editing. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm out. Peace.